well over 100 yards in a pair of scores. It's the Panthers and the Commanders just ahead on EA Sports.
We are just inside the Beltway, 10 miles east of the Capitol Dome as we come to you from FedEx Field here in Landover. Today we hit Week 10, and we've got a good one in store between the Carolina Panthers and the Washington Commanders. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about this Commanders team coming into play here today. They've certainly found their groove of late, winners of 5 in a row.
And I think the sky's the limit for this team. They're playing the best football that they've played in a long time.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Panthers, they've come in on a nice run of recent form, 4 wins out of 5.
And the offense last week, they had things humming. If you're a defensive player, you may get overshadowed a little bit, but you're really buoyed by what your offense is doing.
The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. Fielded just outside the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by their third-year quarterback.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well. Won the ball game, bottom line. May not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And he'll hope that this is not a sign of what's in store as he has to fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Another run with McCaffrey on second down. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. This defense looking for an early stop. This is third down and 6. Blitz forthcoming as he'll look to throw. Now bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And he gets it back into the end zone. It's a fumble recovery leading to a Washington. So the big fella gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far, though.
You know the trainers were very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in without having to run very far.
Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. It's good, and Washington will take a 7-0 lead. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Taken in at the 3. And deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And he is going to bring this one back to the house. It's a Commanders touchdown on the scoop and score. So they get the one-score kickoff, get a fumble, take it right back to the house. 2 quick touchdowns within a matter of about 10 seconds on the game clock.
It's like a big 1-2 punch that may lead to a knockout.
Extra point attempt to come here. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their second drive. 4-4, their record through 8 games on the season. Would you say that this team has overperformed, underperformed, or are they kind of right where you thought that they would be?
Do you mind if I say yes, yes, and yes? Because ultimately to me, 4-4 is about where they should be, because we've seen weeks where they've been really, really good. They've looked terrific. Other weeks where we wondered just how good is this team. They want to be consistent in their play, not consistently inconsistent, which is what they've been thus far.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 11 more yards that goal.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. On second down, McCaffrey. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. From the gun on 3rd down. Webster. Oh, the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. Call it a loss of 4 there on the sack. And speaking of the number 4, it brings up 4th down now.
Well, partners, the first quarter too early to start talking about needing a comeback. They're down 2 touchdowns already, and that sack, that disrupts this drive. They need something to go right on offense, and they need it to happen soon.
On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this will pin him nicely inside the 20 as it's out of bounds at about the 14-yard line. So here is Washington now backed up a bit to start their first drive. And a peek at the man under center. He has 5 full years in the league under his belt, now in year number 6.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice, because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
And he's dropped just shy of the 25 at the 24. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart, because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
The numbers for him from a week ago: 9 catches, 67 yards. Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here.
And I get the feeling that he loves this matchup. I mean, the unit he's going against is in the bottom half of the league against the pass. He had to have circled this one on the schedule and said to himself, this should be a big game.
Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, then maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
And taken right on the 30. A 7-yard return following a punt of 45 yards. And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10. Out comes Christian McCaffrey with the rest of the offense. Last week, a strong showing, up over 100, also 2 trips to the end zone.
It's the kind of week that if you said, listen, I'll let you have this type of a game each and every week, you'd sign up for it. You wouldn't try and get too greedy. But let's face it, good runners always want to be a little bit more greedy at the end, try and squeeze out every last yard. He's going to try and duplicate that and exceed it in this game.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Looking to throw. Webster. Flush to his right. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
To throw on 3rd down. Webster got a man. It's De'Ami Brown, complete. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And he's able to carve out about 6 there, down to the 37. To throw on 2nd down, Webster. And it's complete to Mitchell.
And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. And now time will be called here as Washington has an injured player down on the field. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Webster. That'll be caught by Rice.
And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Back to the ground attack here. It's McCaffrey. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
2nd down and right back to McCaffrey. Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, are going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
So 3rd and inches, and this will be the 9th play of the drive. Operating from the gun. Webster caught on the slant. Well, he's taken down, but not before picking up the first thanks to a flashy little spin move. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Operating from the gun. Webster, he's got it for a Panther touchdown. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year.
And the Panthers have got it back to within a score.
And down near the goal line here, they're able to throw it in.
And the key word, quick. Quick hitter, out of his hands fast, into the receiver's hands even faster.
Riley Patterson now for the extra point.
And that one makes it 14-7. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And Carolina scores to cap it off. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. And a couple yards deep, he'll go to a knee. He won't return it. And they'll take it out to the 25.
The Commanders going to retake the field for drive number 2.
And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
On third down, they're going to run for it here. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
And we tend to give those running backs that are slashers a lot of credit, but how about guys who are maulers? Because that's what you want in short yardage situations, and we just saw that occur right there, didn't we?
Vertical, downhill running. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Russell. Out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. One back in the backfield. He'll get the carry. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. Through 1 quarter, 14-7 our score.
Second quarter now from our nation's capital, and it's Washington in possession of the football as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up.
Just keeping the play up. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Washington going to send out their punter
as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And no return on this one as that kicks out of bounds, so they'll start just outside of their own 30-yard line.
He threw the touchdown pass on that last drive, his 20th on the year. And he'll start again here, 1st down.
The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Now we get a stoppage because, as you can see, a member of the Commanders in some obvious discomfort. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Webster. Got a man right side. It's McCaffrey.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Looking to throw. Webster.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
But we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the #1 receiver double covered. But how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a 1st down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
Throwing on 1st down. Webster. And he completes it to Cohen.
And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. You've got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. That is caught by Cohen. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Now whistles. Flag down, and I believe one of the Panthers got moving early.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
A false start penalty, and now they're back to needing 10 yards on second down. Again, he'll drop to throw. It's caught. Mitchell.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
Panthers on third down. They've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Back to throw again.
That's another one complete to Mitchell. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 12-yard line. We'll get a pause here. There appears to be a Panther who is shaken up on that last play. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
McCaffrey running up the middle. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Operating from the gun, Webster.
Connecting here with Christian McCaffrey.
And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop.
So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. So here's Washington now to take over. Remember, they're riding that 5-game winning streak, and right now in the driver's seat in this ball game as well.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down.
It's a first down for Washington on a pickup of 11.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Russell. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete.
2nd down and 3. And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. From the gun on 3rd down. Russell. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Washington going to send out their punter
as he's on here to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line.
You rarely call your punter a weapon, but he certainly was there. How about that? Pinning him down at the 1-yard line and helping out the defense in a big way. I'm telling you what, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I might be thinking safety right now.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he will forge his way forward only up to the 2-yard line. Now whistles. Flag down, and I believe one of the Panthers got moving early.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. Another run with McCaffrey on second down.
McCaffrey trying to escape, but he cannot. They get him in the end zone, and that's a safety.
Every team has plays in their book to try and buy some room when a safety's on the table. But a big variable is how does each team deal with the pressure of executing in those situations. In this case, they didn't, and they gave up 2 points.
And remember, following the safety, you give the football up as well, and they free kick it from the 20 now.
Free kick out of bounds.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. A good starting spot for Washington as they come up 1st and 10
right at the 50-yard line. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. This one caught by Winslow.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
It was a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Operating from the gun. Russell looking middle, and that's complete.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Working with a 2nd and 4.
Looking to throw. Russell. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. Call it a gain of a yard. And now we've got a 3rd down and 3. Back to throw. Russell. Quick hitter here. It's complete. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now on comes the Washington field goal unit. It'll be a 49-yard attempt from the left hash. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe, and that will make this a 9-point lead.
So when you factor in the safety, this now a 5-point swing.
And look, I'm not going to turn away a 5-point swing because 5 points, that's valuable. Don't get me wrong on this. But if they could have taken that safety and added 7 to it, now you're talking about a really big swing.
And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. And last time they surrendered the safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get, and it's just so strange to see that go up on the board, and then you got to make sure that that doesn't happen to your team again. They've got to take care of the ball.
But boy, it juices up the defense.
Oh, without a doubt. That's a great way to score some points.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Cohen. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. He finds his man complete. That's Cohen.
And he is going to have a Panthers first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3.
That's a big conversion there on 3rd down because they did not want to give the ball up here late in the half. They'd love to take the clock all the way down and score. This will definitely help the cause.
They'll look to throw again.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Webster. And his throw's going to be so back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. operating from the gun. Webster.
And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts,
as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Here's Michael Dixon now to punt. Fielded at about the 28. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt.
And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. The Commanders back out late in this first half. Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the second quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 to add on even more to their lead.
Going right side here, and that's complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2.
2nd and 4.
Looking to throw. Russell got a man, and he hits him in stride.
Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout.
And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. On first down, Russell. He's going to rifle one deep left side. That's caught inside the 20.
Oh, he's brought down. And remember here, no timeouts left. They got to get to the line quick.
So we come upon halftime with 9 points separating these two teams. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you two in a minute, but first, let's take a spin around the NFL and see what's going on here in week number 10. We'll start our tour in the entertainment capital of the world, Las Vegas, Nevada. And it's the Broncos who are out in front. Mac Jones with a couple of touchdown passes. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Packers. Joe Burrow, 2 touchdown passes thus far. Finally, let's get to the country music capital of the world and see what's happening with the Titans at home in Nashville. And it was the visiting San Francisco 49ers that come in and get the victory. Trey Lance, strong in the win, as his guys start the second half with a victory that moves them to 6-3 on the year. Now time for a check of the next-gen stats in the first half for Carolina. And despite the fact that they're down on the scoreboard, they were able to have some success throwing the football in that opening half. Meanwhile, for Washington, they did not have quite the same amount of success in the passing game that their counterparts did, as you get a look at the numbers there.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
So Washington in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Commanders up first on offense as we begin this third quarter.
We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys are tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line.
15 yards the pickup. First down Washington.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Going to throw right side here, complete.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
Now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
On 1st and 10, Russell. Wide open receiver, complete.
And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. Had to put that ball in there with a little extra zip, but he put it right where it needed to be.
Yeah, that little extra pace that he had on the pass, that required a little extra concentration for him, didn't it? Ball can get on you pretty quick in that manner, and he handled it well and picked up the first down.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Back to throw. Russell. Over the middle, it's complete.
And he's going to get this down near the 25.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Russell. He finds his man, complete. That's Peterson. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. Throwing on 1st down. Russell.
And that one going to be off target and incomplete.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Looking to throw. Russell. That is caught inside the 5. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. He was over 100 receiving last week. He's over 100 now this week, as he's got a first down as well.
And I'll tell you what, this offense is playing a little bit of keep away right now. They've come out here in the third quarter, possessed the ball for quite a while, and they keep on converting. Nice pitch and catch there to set up the 1st and goal.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal.
And he will take it in. Touchdown, Commanders.
A great effort there.
Hitting double digits with his 10th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Commanders take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
They'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. They'll try and throw for it. And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more. And the formula there on the 2-point try, they go 5 wide. Not even the option to hand the ball off. They got it.
They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that someone, if they're going to catch the ball, make them catch it behind you because they run out of space with the back line. But in this case, the offense figured it out.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
The Panthers offense now, they head back on the field for their first possession of the second half. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
On first down, Russell.
And oh, that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground, incomplete.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. This will be caught at the 2.
And the Commanders are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Escaping the pressure right. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. A terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal. Following the penalty, they'll go back to the run game. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Still a ways from the end zone as they come up now on 2nd and goal. And they'll keep leaning on the running game back to the ground. A good display of power, but it will only get him just inside the 5 to the 4. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. A nightmare on 3rd and goal. He's sacked, and multiple players broke through the line to get him.
3rd and goal, they decided to throw for it, but how about the play defensively? Couldn't find anyone open, left him nowhere to go with the football, had to absorb the sack.
The Commander's going to bring out the field goal unit from the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And his kick is indeed good, and that will extend their lead even with 3 after forcing the turnover. But CD's second half, you're starting inside the red zone. Obviously, they would have liked 6 out of that.
Absolutely, because that's all you're thinking is how do you get it into the end zone? You want the field goal to be the last resort. In this case, they gave it a great try, but did have to settle for 3.
And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football. So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw again, Russell. And he slings one that's incomplete. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Back to throw. Russell to the sideline. He's got the catch, and he kept the feet in bounds. Well done. A gain of 14, 1st down Commanders.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Russell. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. 2nd and 3 with the ball sitting on the 5. Looking to throw. Russell. Touchdown, Washington. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Commanders take advantage of the short field and finish it off with a quick touchdown. So they're able to capitalize there on the short field, and that might prove to be the score that turns out the lights.
The party's over. Oh, sorry about that. That's an old reference there, folks. But, yeah, they've been the better of the two teams by far, and that's great complimentary football right there. Defense gets the turnover, sets up the short field, and the offense goes right out and scores to open up a pretty sizable lead.
The extra point splits the uprights, and that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. But now this offense comes back out onto the field. But we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD. And if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here. Yeah,
you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
An extra man here in the secondary for Washington on third down. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
Well, when you get an elite running back like he is, sometimes you've got to employ the by any means necessary method to get him down.
Yeah, sometimes you're relieved even if a flag comes out. But if you just get the hand up and you get it on the mask, you can kind of get away with that. But as soon as you curl it around a finger or the hand, that's pretty easy for everyone to see, and they'll call that one every time.
And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. To throw on second down. Webster. That caught by Tremble. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. On 1st and 10. Webster. He finds his man. Complete. It's Mitchell. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. Looking to throw on second down. Webster flushed out right. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back through it. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Back to throw. Webster. Over the middle, complete. It's Mitchell. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now at FedEx Field. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Looking to throw. Webster got his man complete over the middle. That's Cohen. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. To throw on second down. Webster. Touchdown, Panthers. Tommy Tremble from 4 yards out. And the Panthers get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. And whistle blown. A timeout here is taken, and it's taken by the kicking team. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Here we go on the next drive for Washington as they try to finish things off in this fourth quarter, and that current 5-game win streak looking like it's going to go to 6. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25.
Holding. Offense.
So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes you're actually executing the block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often seen by the official and called.
Hands it off out of the gun. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Washington on third down.
Lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 17. This will be caught by his big wide receiver. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. They'll wind up with 17 on that one, but they're still a bit short here for 4th. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, this is a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10.
The Panthers about ready to take over. And their 4-game win streak very much in jeopardy as they go to work here late with a 1st and 10.
Throwing to start the drive. Webster.
And the Washington pressure gets to him, and he will go down. Chase Young racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
It's almost closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Operating from the gun, Webster gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. On 3rd down, Webster. And that is incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Over the middle, that's caught by Rice.
And he is going to have a Panthers 1st down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
Throwing on 1st down, Webster.
There's Tremble, the tight end.
And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that's going to bring up 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Webster. And it's a fumble. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And some room to roam now. And he's got this down to the 35.
73 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 16 times.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll be taken down at the 34.
They'll try to run it.
Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more.
Now we've got whistles here before the snap, and I believe this is going to be on Washington.
So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now, 3rd and long.
Here's a handoff out of the gun.
And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Carolina getting set to take the field.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there. That brings up 4th. Now here's Michael Dixon as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. It'll be a net of 39, 41-yard punt, 2 on the return.
And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Another drive coming up for this Washington offense. It's been a dominant performance to this point, Charles, and this is probably exactly how they scripted this and envisioned it. They got a 3-score lead, 4th quarter, and a chance, if they want, to continue to pour it on here.
It is their call, isn't it? I mean, the way that they have taken on this game and the way that they have carried this game and have dominated this game, you're exactly right. Do what you want down the stretch. We are in the era of, hey, if you don't want us to do this to you, then you need to stop us. Their call to finish this one off.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
This is Jennings.
And he will get enough for a 1st down, and that will lead us to the 2-minute warning. So it's Commanders football as we get back to it.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. They got to get it to the 21 here on 3rd down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the 1st down marker. And well, they could just run this clock out, but here is the field goal unit on 4th down. And this one is right through, and that will extend their lead even further.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but, boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And, partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for the Commanders,
the great run they've been on continues as they move to 9-1 now. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Green Bay Packers. Meanwhile, for Carolina,